Hey YouTube, it's me, Daniel Rita. I'm here right now. I'm over at my location. It's this is California night. It's really tranquil on the blue turquoise, right? My face is burnt. It's been burnt for a while. So I have stuff that was ran through my phone, right? From back in the day, 10 years ago. And so I had this phone I had with what I was going to do, and I had this business plan. I'm in this town, did an NBC interview. I wound up going. I was on NBC. I did the interview. It was on the corner. I was doing haircuts for the homeless. I did nightclub events. I did everything that I was supposed to do, My last booking, I wound up saying, I don't know if it's going to work. I liked where I was at. I liked with what I was doing. But I wound up doing this photo shoot back in 2007. And it wound up going into April 1st, where it was published. Okay? So it was published in April of 2007. And I was with the Sword, right? And I was like, hey, Sword, my name is Daniel James Rita. It was George W., right? Moving along, the Sword wound up going for, well, now we have Harris, right? We had Donald. And we had Joe and Obama, right? And it was a tree, so we had Mike Pence, right? So it represented this. And so I had stuff that was created, and then there was a disconnect. There's a disconnect because of people who I liked, people who was coming in, going. But I had this house, and I had cars that were created, but I don't have access to it. And this is what I'm dealing with. Like I said, I did this one thing. I did my TV 26, and I'm 40 years old right now. So I'm writing this paper to the Manteca Bulletin right now. But I'm not trying to argue with people, right? I'm not arguing with people. I'm not doing anything that I'm not supposed to do. But see, my birthday's August 7th, so Barack Obama's 84, but my California ID has an 84 in it at the end. But temperature right now is like 30. It's like 60 something at night. But when there's a conflict of the beauty intoxication with people who want to say this and that, right? It's like when the contracts get burned because they're old, or the transcript is old, right? And I got this hair, right, because I'm like this Jesus roll. But I'm not trying to get attacked. Thank you for turning on the light, by the way. I'm not trying to get attacked like how I did in the Presidio on Easter Sunday, working with people who were Muslim, Russia, and Asian, right? Well, it was Indian, right? So I'm writing this thing about the blade of Easter with my producer, who was Muhammad. The day that it happened. This happened like a year or like 10 years ago, and I'm not trying to be jaded about it, right? But I'm writing with what I have to write, and I'm writing with doing stuff because I wound up going back to Florida. I wound up going and doing with what I was supposed to do, right? And there's always, it's like playing soccer, doing a food for less, there's an overdose, there was other stuff that was going on, right? There's a lot of stuff that's going on, especially within other people who are trying to buy out stuff within the industry, right? So I have done stuff, right, to where it's not just I'm trying to live another day on it, right? You get with what you put in. I was on television. I just wanted somebody to say, here's the keys to your house, here's the keys to your car, here's the keys to everything that's in your life, that's in a license plate, so that you can go ahead and do what you need to do. And I was also on HBO looking as the DJ. This is if I was walking on sunshine, right? The whole entire set of it, right? I'm Walking on Sunshine. I was on HBO. I did White Horse. But I was walking by, and it's like, it says right here, right? It says right here. If we confess our sins to God, He is faithful to us, forgive us for our sins, and to cleanse from us of underneath righteousness, right? So if ain't, right? So I fast forward Easter cut on, or Presidio, or Modesto internet fight Monique. Slandered Salon on Eureka, right? On an RS. Well, I got OU, the wrist and the arm, right? Wrist, arm, in a knife situation. You know, I can break it down, but it's not just about me being on togos. All right. It's not just me doing togos on with what is it, the American way of with what's been going on. Through the ruffles of life that's been going on. Through the Doritos. So we have to go through this. And we have to make sure that what is right for us today will be right for us tomorrow. And I'm 40 years old. My last two is 26. I was on my TV 26. I did everything that I was supposed to do throughout everything. But this is where it's at. Okay, this is where it's at for me. Oh, I just walked that way, but see, I have to go this way. Let's go this way. So I'm doing this, right? Because it's the 16th, right? And it's 3/16 for me, which would be 31 and a 6, which for me, on 3/1, my partner, birthday's on the 31st. So this is where it's at right now. Do you know what I mean? This is where it's at. My partner, we were on the wrestling team, this all other stuff. I had another partner who 10 years ago or 20 something years ago, we did some work in Florida. So it's not just me going into with what's been going on in San Francisco or Fort Lauderdale or with what had happened. This is with what is in my life right now. But when somebody is going and burning something of a contract, that's where we have the issues. I just want to make people feel beautiful. Here's my, here it is. This is me. This is me. This is me, this is what I'm doing, this is how it's supposed to be. So I have to go, and it's more than just me doing a togos. So I'll talk to you later on. Bye, guys.